Tanya, chapter 3. Now, each distinction and grade of the three, Nefesh, Ruach, and Neshama, consists of 10 faculties corresponding to the supernal 10 Sfirot, divine manifestations, from which they have descended, which are subdivided into two, namely the three mothers and the seven multiples, to wit, Chochmah, wisdom, Bina, understanding, and Da'at, knowledge, and the, quote, 7 days of creation, unquote. Chesed, kindness, Gevurah, Tiferet, beauty, and so on. Similarly, is it with the human soul, which is divided in two, Sechel, intellect, and Midot, emotional attributes. The intellect includes Chachma, Bina, and Da'at, Chabad, whilst the Midot are love of God, dread and awe of Him, glorification of Him, and so forth. Chabad, the intellectual faculties, are called mothers and source of the Midot, for the latter are offspring of the former. The explanation of the matter is as follows. The intellect of the rational soul, which is the faculty that conceives anything, is given the appellation of Chachma, the potentiality of what is. When one brings forth this power from the potential into the actual, that is, when a person cogitates with his intellect in order to understand a thing truly and profoundly as it evolves from the concept which he has conceived in his intellect, this is called Bina. These, Chachma and Bina, are the very father and mother which give birth to love of God and awe and dread of Him. For when the intellect in the rational soul deeply contemplates and immerses itself exceedingly in the greatness of God, how He fills all worlds and encompasses all worlds, and in the presence of whom everything is considered as nothing, there will be born and aroused in his mind and thought the emotion of awe for the divine majesty, to fear and be humble before his blessed greatness, which is without end or limit, and to have the dread of God in his heart. Next, his heart will glow with an intense love like burning coals, with a passion, desire, and longing, and a yearning soul towards the greatness of the blessed Ein Sof. This constitutes the culminating passion of the soul, of which Scripture speaks as, "My soul longeth, yea, even fainteth," and, quote, "My soul thirsteth for God," end quote. And, quote, "My soul thirsteth for thee," end quote. This thirst is derived from the element of fire, which is found in the divine soul. As students of natural science affirm, and so it is in Etz Chaim, the element of fire is in the heart, whilst the source of the element of water and moisture is in the brain, which is explained in Etz Chaim, Portal 50, to refer to the faculty of Chachma, called the water of the divine soul. The rest of the Midot are all offshoots of fear and love and their derivations, as is explained elsewhere. Da'at, the etymology of which is to be found in the verse, quote, "And Adam knew Eve." Yada is the Hebrew word for that. implies attachment and union. Let me take that again. Da'at, the etymology of which is to be found in the verse, quote, and Adam knew Yada, Eve, end quote, implies attachment and union. That is, one binds his mind with a very firm and strong bond to, and firmly fixes his thought on the greatness of the blessed Ein Sof, without diverting his mind from him. For even one who is wise and understanding of the greatness of the blessed Ein Sof will not, unless he binds his knowledge and fixes his thought with firmness and perseverance, produce in his soul true love and fear, but only vain fancies. Therefore, Da'at is the basis of the Midot and the source of their vitality. It contains chesed and gevurah, that is to say, love with its offshoots and fear with its offshoots.